Hi there and welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to tell you about one of my dreams that I had for a really long time. I always wanted to fly and not just sit in an airplane or travel in it, but conquer the sky myself. And this day is finally here and I'm beginning my journey as a private pilot here in Quantum Academy. And I'm going to tell you everything about it, about money aspects, about bureaucratic aspects, about the learning process. So in this video, it's going to be more like a talkable video. I'll walk you through the process. I will tell you all the aspects of learning as I'm on my almost last week of theoretical training. So take your seats, buckle up and enjoy the video. So I would say the first part that you need to know is that you need to have a great desire to actually be in aviation and to start doing it, because it's expensive, it's complicated, it's not easy. So you'll always find something that stops you from doing aviation. So I would say the first thing you need to have is a big desire and big passion for it. And for me, it started, I would say, from a YouTube channel called Pilot Notes. It's a Ukrainian blogger who's doing aviation blog on YouTube. And literally, after watching hundreds of videos on his YouTube channel, I loved aviation. I knew that I want to fly. And then I found many other channels, and you know, aviation is a bit romantic. So you think about conquering the sky, about the freedom it gives you. So yeah, for me, that's how this journey started. So I had a lot of sayings that stopped me from doing aviation all the time. But in the end of the day, I'm here doing this. So let's walk through the other processes that you will go through when you start your journey. I got a vest that is indicating me with orange color, so no one hit me with a plane. So let's start with first steps. So I think the first step is a budget, because aviation is expensive and you actually need to build your flight rating, which is 40 hours of flight. And each hour of flight will cost you a fortune. So I think the prices are different from country to country, but usually for Europe it's around 10 to 12,000 euros, depend on the city, depend on the country. For US, it's usually something like 10,000 US dollars. And I know a few people who got their license in Africa for 6,000, 7,000. But yeah, let's be true. You're living in your city and you want to find an aviation club that is close to you, so you can go there, spend 30 minutes on the road and fly, learn. So even here in Warsaw, I had a lot of thoughts about it. There are many schools, but first thing is that I don't know Polish language, and even if I knew Polish language, like on level B2, it won't be enough for aviation, because there are so many abbreviations and terms. You just won't be able to learn it. So obviously I was looking for English school, but I recommend you to choose wisely, because habits that you're going to get during your learning process are going to stay with you probably for some time, and it's going to be really hard to get rid of these habits if they're bad. So try to choose a school with a large amount of instructors, with good reviews and with large air fleet. So I've chosen Quantum Air mostly because it's one of the largest school, one of the best school in Warsaw. They have a lot of reviews. They have a lot of instructors who are really flying, apart from being instructors, who are flying in general aviation, who are flying in commercial aviation. And also because they have really nice air fleet. And you can see in the background, the planes are pretty nice. They're new, they have garments installed. So you want to start your learning in a school where you get the best tech possible and you learn the best habits possible for the pilots. So the next step after choosing the school and getting your medical certification will be bureaucratic one, applying to CAA to get your permission for learning. And here in Poland it actually takes some time. For me it took almost 3 months, I think, but mostly because CAA lost my PPL. So it's like tax and identification number, which I provided to them in a copy, and they lost it. And then for some reason I waited almost for 3 months. But I'm good because it was winter months and I wanted to start my flying in spring when it's a good weather, obviously. So yeah, everything is okay. But get ready to get CAA approval. I think it's same in different countries. Probably in your country it will take less time, but anyway you need approval from CAA. Now let's talk about the most exciting part. For sure it's a learning process, and I have few insights about it because it's 100% different from what I thought in the beginning, and it may help you if you decide to join aviation on your journey. So the key insight about learning how to fly and about theoretical knowledge is that it's not a joke, it's not a hobby, it is actually really complex, and that's the thing that I didn't think about aviation. So when I decided to join the school, I watched a lot of YouTube videos on aviation, I watched a lot of beauty bloggers, some Instagram videos, you know, and it all looks really fancy and romantic, and yeah, you get to fly on a sunset and you conquer the sky, you're so free, you get to go wherever you want. So yeah, that's the initial feeling that I have about aviation, and initial feeling from videos that I watched. I think all of this is true, but with a small portion of complexity, because learning to fly is really complex. I need to understand that you need to go through all possible theory courses, and it's not easy. You need to learn aviation law, you need to learn ATC procedures, you need to learn heights, you need to learn temperatures, you need to learn human body, you need to learn what is happening with you when you fly, when it's decompression or where you don't have enough oxygen, how your body will react. You need to know what is the difference between CB clouds and some other kind of clouds. To be honest, at this moment I have a cheat sheet for clouds, but I still don't remember them quite well, so I need to learn more. But I'm still in theoretical part of my course. So yeah, I just want to tell you that it's really complex, and don't think about aviation as some kind of hobby that you just, you know, jump in a plane on the weekend and you know, fly around with your friends and you're so cool, you're a pilot. It is all true, but it is a really hard work, and the entry, you know, barrier for aviation is pretty high. It's pretty high. So the course itself is really intense, and I will just add here some questions from CAA exam. So yeah, you can obviously go to CAA authority website and check what questions are available for the exam. I think it's about 2,700 questions that you need to pass through to go for exam. But I'll just add these questions here and here and here and here and here, and you can see that these questions, they're damn complex, and you understand that you need to know everything about everything. How air will behave on high altitude and low altitude, what is the fog, what is the wind, what kind of winds can be there. And every week you have a new section and you need to go through this section, you need to learn it. You go through the platforms that school provides you. They have some PDFs and they have questions and they have tests. And the platform is really nice. But what you need to understand is that school is not going to teach you. I mean, they have the program, they have 3 days on site inside the school, they have all the PDF guides, but it's only you who can teach yourself, and you need to be really passionate about it because it's a lot of work. And I'm actually still recommend you to buy some books from Pulleys. There are 7 books you need to learn through, and it's 400 pages each book, something like this. And I also watched some YouTube videos, and it's totally different from what I imagined when I started with that. I didn't know that you need to know so much, but now, I can look in the sky and say, hey, this is stratocumulus clouds, and these clouds are on this kind of attitude, and they're not dangerous. And I know what is a warm front and cold front. So a lot of insights you're getting from it, but be ready to learn. It's not easy. So how do I feel about it? It's been 1.5 months, I would say, and it was pretty extensive. Every week was a new challenge, and every week I had to learn enormous amount of information and went through enormous amount of questions for exam, and hopefully I'll be able to pass this exam without a problem. For now, I would say that you have a lot of feelings when you go through the course, that you're really dumb and that you can't understand anything, and your mind is literally blowing and melting because you learn so much new information. But I would say it's all settled down in your brain. So once I go to some new section and get back to previous section after time, it feels like this section is already familiar, and I'm like, okay, I already know that, and I'm really curious to know more things. I'm really curious to watch some videos on aviation, and that's what helps me a lot. So at this moment, when I'm capturing this video, I haven't had my live session in the school, and I'm going to have 3 days of communication with my instructor in the school, like 3 full-time days, where we're going to go through all the sections I passed, and he's going to explain it to me in details and on the whiteboard, and we're going to work on some navigation and stuff. But for now, I'm using a lot of YouTube videos actually to understand how plane is working, how flaps are working, like why plane has this elevator in the background that you can see, and all the other things. I feel really passionate about it, and I'm really happy I'm doing it, and now I feel much more clever even before I started to fly actually. And to be honest, being on the airfield itself is so nice. Like being there, seeing airplanes around, seeing people flying, it's so amazing. I don't know, I can't describe this feeling, but you just feel alive when you're here. This is just the beginning. It's my first video on aviation, and there will be more, much more, and I will cover my whole process of learning. I will show you how I fly first time solo, and where it leads me. So keep up with my channel. There's going to be much more content on aviation, and let's just recap what we talked about. So if you want to get to aviation, if you want to fly yourself, you will know what to do. So let's say first thing you need to do is your medical certification. It's the thing without which you won't be able to fly. The second thing, you need to find a school that is suitable for you, that is going to give you knowledge, that is good for you in terms of price, and sign a contract with the school. The third thing you need to get is a permission for learning, and next thing is theory course. So you take a theory, you went through it, you learn it, you went to the library, you read at night, you read in the office, you watch videos on YouTube, you watch them when you're in a bus, when you're at a train, when you're at home. So yeah, you spend a lot of time reading and learning. Then you finish that course and then you start practice. So, thank you for watching this video. I hope it was not too loud because there are obviously planes and some trucks riding around. Please subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content, and enjoy your life and enjoy flying. See you next time.